with regards to Masechet Zevachim. We're already friends on page number 49, making fantastic. Now the source, friends, for this law over here is actually appears inside of the Torah with reference to the Korban Olah. There was a specific sacrifice, as we've learned about before on many occasions before, that's called the Korban Olah. Now that's also known in English vernacular as the burnt offering. And the other sacrifices, korbanot, which were derived from the Olah itself, respectively, from this burnt offering. Now friends, the Gemara on today's page, it's going to the Talmud in of itself, is going to ask why the Korban Asham, there's a specific guilt offering now over here. It needs to be compared to both the Korban Olah and the Korban Chatat, these two different sacrifices over here. Obviously the sin offering, as we learn about this actually in Sefer Vayikra, chapter 14, verse 13, friends, over here. That's where we learn about, where the Torah actually requires that the Asham be slaughtered in the same place as this Chatat sacrifice also respectively. Now another great rabbi of the name Ravina, he's going to actually come in over here and explain over here that if the Torah's comparison, let's just say here, connected this Asham sacrifice with the Chatat, this may have led to a mistaken conclusion that a law derived by means of a hekesh. What's a hekesh, friends? It's a word analogy in of itself. Like the law that the chatat must be shechted or slaughtered, you can say, in the northern part of the Bet Mikdash courtyard, is derived from the clearly stated law regarding an olah sacrifice that can then be used to teach that law in a similar situation, like using chatat as a source for the law for the Korban Hashem. Now I think we spoke about Hekesh, if we recollect, I think it was in Masechet Sanhedrin, maybe in one of the pages in the 60s or 70s territories. I remember saying it over while I was just inside a hotel for a minute in Jerusalem. This was, I think we're going back around February, start of February time period. I've got a good memory. Now in truth, a bit, Rob Adensteinsalz is going to say over it, just using his notes over here. In this particular case, it is likely that we would have been able to derive the law of the Asham sacrifice from the law of the Chatat, even though the Chatat, this sacrifice, is not the original source of the law. This is because, over here, as we learned on the previous page of the Gemara, the Torah clearly states that the Chatat must be slaughtered, shechted. So it is not an ordinary Hekesh. It is almost a, let's say, min ha-Torah source, a biblical source over here. Nevertheless, because of the possibility that someone might mistakenly think that this law is derived from a Hekesh and is used as a source for another halakha, another Jewish law, we need to have a more solid, original source for this Hekesh over here. Very, very interesting. Now, friends over here, we're already on page number 49, so we're just going to do a bit of Shabbat shopping as a special treat over here to see some of the scenes over here inside this city. And just to conclude this as a special treat, friends, over here, you can see we're in the city of Bet Shemesh over here. We've got a bread bakery over here, got loads of different shops. And I stated this so many times before in the various other pages, all the other videos. Everything we buy for Shabbat, we must say, Lichvod Shabbat Kodesh. I'm going to get some chalot, which I consider really, really tasty over here. I should really get my sunglasses on because it's quite sunny. Friends, when sitting on bed, sharing some Talmudic wisdom over here on very sufficient ground. I'm be careful because I've got my kippah. It's gone a bit windy, and today I was on my balcony recording a different video, and the balcony, and what occurred was the kippah flew off to the neighbour's house, so I've got to retrieve it after I leave. Over here, friends, over here. So we're going to buy some chalot now in the next minute, and just go to the bakery here. Just some a bit of Shabbat shopping for 2 minutes over here, and I'll leave you guys to it. Over here, going to buy some packets of stickers for my kids also. Got to do the big Shabbat shopping also. There's the supermarket, and I've got to get back home soon because I've got to run quite a lot of errands today. So I'll show you guys the bakery which I'm going to buy the chalot from. Once again, Lichvod Shabbat Kodesh, as we say. Over here, friends. Anyone that's tuning in at the moment, please join the channel and subscribe. At the moment, as we're going from strength to strength. So you guys are going to check out the bakery over here. I like to take a buggy with me each time and see the different chalot they've got here. very loud noise. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get some chalot over here. It's just a big